GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. Action, Dabatola, Toki in the zone. Breaking down the latest, straight to your phone. From Web 2 shifts to Web the waves. News, deep dives, hot takes for days. Tech's evolving, the world's in spin. Markets move, let's lock it in. Genzio's here, no time to snooze. Tune in now, get the news. GM. Wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show.
Hold on. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will quickly go through that again. GM. Sorry, I was putting this together last minute. Was expecting Action and Toki to be here, but they are MIA at the moment. Maybe they're grinding. Maybe they're on an early vacation, but or early weekend. But I'm here. We are going to pull up some charts. We're going to look at the news. And if you're in the comments, drop a comment. Once again, thank you, Blue, for showing up. Let me know about the audio. Had to get everything together real quick, but it is a happy Friday. We'll see markets, we're sitting around 107K Bitcoin. Can't complain, over 100K, but I know we're all depressed. Altcoins are still in the trash. But let me check out the comments. We got Soli showing up in X. My man, Dr. Soli right here, has been grinding on there for all those who are looking to monetize their account. We talked about this yesterday with Doodle when he was on stream. Soli is the first one out of the program from Monetize X that got monetized in just under 2 weeks, pretty much. And yeah, so he's off to the races. His account is monetized in a couple weeks or less. He will get his first payment. And anyone else who's really out there on Twitter, putting in the work, grinding, if you need a little bit of help, hit up Doodlegenics. He's the man. And check out monetizedonx.com. So I see Blue saying it's a Freaky Friday. Well, it will be a Freaky Friday if everything turns red. And let me just position this a little bit better and try to, like I said, we were not prepared this morning. I was hoping that these guys would be here and we'd all have our pieces of the puzzle together, but no. So here's the Bitcoin price. Oh, look at this. Action is deciding on X. He's asking, do you want me to hop on? Well, it's up to you. I thought everyone was going to be here this morning, but it is all right. I'm chilling right now, and we're going to look at a few of these tokens and BS. If there's anybody in the comments that wants me to look up something, I will check it out and we'll see what's good. Oh, look at this. We got Action still in the comments asking, up to you. You know what? Jump in here for a second, Action, and say what's up before you play hooky the rest of the day. And then we'll find out what Toki's excuse is a little bit later. But Bitcoin, we just got a couple green candles on that hourly, looking good, 107.4. We've had bullish news recently with possible hints at a new Fed chair. I don't know if that's really gonna come to fruition anytime soon, but Trump has been hinting at that. There's been tweets about that. And then even a bigger thing is they're talking about putting in some actual crypto legislation, some framework here by September 30th. I think that lines up great when we're leaving the summer, August, September, and going into the fall. And that's where I could see Bitcoin really making that next huge leg up and hopefully pulling some of those altcoins. And if we have explosion in Bitcoin, you'll hear about it on mainstream news. It'll still start going out, and whatever retail does have money to invest will get brought in. There'll be FOMO. People will start coming in. But this summer, I could see us just chopping it up like, that 100 to 110. Hopefully no more crazy news comes out or anything. I'm going to also right now check over and see how we're doing. We're also streaming in Arena app. We're in Arena, Twitch, Kick, X, obviously, and YouTube. So we are out to make it very convenient. If you're in any of those platforms, do me a solid, smash the thumbs up, hit likes or, comment and help that algo. And look at this. We got Puma in the house. So Puma and I were talking a little bit behind the scenes here. And if Action checks his messages a bit better, he'd be in the know. But I'm going to drop a little bit of alpha real quick. In the near future, we are going to have a special guest that's going to be talking about some RWA play, a big one. And I'll give you a hint. You've probably only seen the logo of the project like 100 times now from stream or me romping around conferences the last 6 months or so. So if that's not a big enough hint, I don't know what to tell you, but we're going to have an interview, have a conversation, about RWA, about the project. I'm super bullish of it. I know there's a lot of friends of mine are super bullish, and it's going to be great to have that conversation. I don't know, Blue. Maybe not. Maybe yes. So that's going to be great. Hey, look at Down Home Crypto. Thank you for stopping in and joining us. Happy Friday as well. And I have to give Blue props. Blue hooked me up, and he had made this hat. He had given me one, and he's also done a couple others. But like here, you could enjoy my messy hair. But it even has the website. So look at I might as well just. So yeah, we're gonna wash this hat though. But yeah, we're gonna have that interview coming up. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. I don't know. We're gonna have to get with Puma and make that happen. I see Action lurking on the stage, so it's nice for him to maybe join in. I think he's trying to get his setup in order.
No, I'm fine. I just don't interrupt people's conversations like that. I was waiting for you to bring me up.
Oh well, welcome. How's your Friday going this morning?
Pretty good. I'm late because I got distracted. I was playing with the baby and I completely forgot what time it was.
So right here is a little chart. No, we're gonna explore this more. So Action, I don't know if you saw the messages, but we're gonna get that lined up. I know we had a conversation going, and it's just long overdue. So we're gonna
Oh yeah,
do that.
I mean, I've talked to Kev about the stuff so much. I'm glad I got you in that chat just because Puma knows unless somebody makes it happen, it ain't happening. So you're making it happen.
Yeah, and then I think everyone's going to be out in Singapore for Token again this fall. So I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna make it happen.
I'm still looking for that sponsor to take me out there.
Well, this is a whole conversation we got to have on the side, and we can't have right now. But I don't know how current you are on a couple other group messages.
I've seen it.
Up to So there's some big stuff happening this fall, definitely in Singapore. So besides seeing all the homies, the projects, talking and hanging out, we're going to we're going to be doing some other stuff there as well, and it's going to be huge, and probably have an announcement in the next couple weeks. But that's moving forward. But before that, obviously, is Rare Evo, and that's going to be crazy because I know everyone's going to be there. We'll see, Keith, who lives in Vegas, and Rico, and everyone else, and lots of people coming in. So summer will get busy towards the end, and then the fall, back on the road a lot. But right now, I'm enjoying being back. I skipped going to NFT NYC and permissionless.
Good for you.
We managed to duck out of going there. I did want to go for the sake of supporting Kane, his event, and Hoffman, his conference, but it would have been too much. I couldn't even have pictured this week being in New York, just doing a whole nother Vegas sort of a thing, but in New York. Yeah. Like I need a solid month or two off. So we get most of June, July, and then we'll ramp things back up, in end of August, and actually it's the beginning of August, I think. It's that conference. Hook it up with that private jet. That's right. Actually got the great price on the seats on that private jet, like on that airport that's practically in like your backyard, right? It's
Hey,
like half hour away.
You know what? I should probably get the referral code. It's like you get 500. No, you get like $100 off. I get $50. Cash back essentially for another flight. Should do that.
I'm
more
just going to
often.
be in the carry-on. Is what's going to happen. Those tickets might be expensive for us normal folk who don't have the hookup.
If you get $100 off the ticket, it basically becomes the same price as flying, regular flight. So where are we at? Because I can share something I saw this morning that I really had a question on. It's from a buddy of ours.
What? Bring it up.
Right.
I mean, if you're able to.
Of course I am. It's right here. You know this guy?
Oh yeah. Is that? I see there's messages in a chat I'm in. I'm just not sure if. Oh, let's see what's
So first and foremost, his header, I just realized this, has Toki looking pretty upset.
Oh.
That's what his banner is. But it just came across my feed this morning. It's 20 seconds. I don't know if you probably can hear and I can't.
That's all about to end. CFN Miami, CFN Singapore, you're about to get folded like a slice of pizza. While you're over there eating, I'm in the gym putting in work. I'll see you in that ring, pizza boy.
Pizza boy. Bro, what's going on? The people that we like, the two people that we like.
Yeah, it's hard to pick a side to cheer there, but the thing is that if they both get in there doing this, to be honest, regardless whoever loses, they're both winners. You know what I mean? Those are two outstanding human beings in the space, and they're good friends. They support each other. They enjoy working out, fighting, and the whole fighting aspect that's come to the crypto narrative the last couple of years, right? And they're going to go out there and they're going to have fun, and we're going to be cheering for both of them. And yeah, it's going to be good. So regardless, Singapore or Miami, we'll see what happens.
That was going to be my biggest question to you, but you went to it already. Like, who do we cheer for? Like, this is hard. Like, let's go, Harley. Knock him out, J Chains. Like, what are we yelling? You know what I mean?
You just run around the whole thing, and you like cheer from one side, then you cheer from the other side. I mean, no, I mean, look, like I said, they're both amazing people. They grind hard. They're good friends of ours. I support them both, and I'm looking forward to seeing them slug it out and then hug it out afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, that's the craziest thing, right? In the space that we're in, like, I don't feel like there is, that much competition, even outside of, fighting sports, which is kind of crazy because I look around, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get the Ultimo card because those guys are my homies. And you're like, yo, you should get Rico's cards. Like, yeah, we should get Rico's cards. Like, do we just get everybody's stuff?
I support all the, it's not that I just support all the projects. It's like, look, they're vetted too. Like, these are people we know. They've been grinding and working for a while. So I feel safe involved in it. They're legitimate businesses here. They, I'm not just. It's not like just some random BS. So we have some real ones around us, and they're doing some really cool things, whether it be fighting or KOL stuff or their own project or payment system.
We've
It's
come a long
amazing.
way. That's the thing that I keep looking around and going, all right, this is very different than what it used to be. We can literally look around and say we have friends that are that are builders that are like deploying stuff, and it just wasn't like this a few years back. Like it's really exciting to see so much progress in the space that we're in, and seeing people actually succeed. And to be able to support those people, man, it just feels incredible. Like I wouldn't have it any other way. Like I know that we're quote unquote early, but I just feel like things just keep getting better and better. Like it's way better than it used to be last cycle. And I mean that basically, like the people that are really willing to stick it out, they're still here, they're still building, and they're putting products out, and they're the ones that put them out early, they're still around. Like it's just an exciting time to see not only people succeed, but the space as a whole be able to A, support each other, and B, not see these guys walk away and flop. Like they're actually making it, they're actually
Yeah,
doing well, and they're sticking around.
Yeah, matured. Space is maturing. And we have Amp Night tapping in. Thank you for the support. And look at GM last week in Japan before coming back to the States. Crypto Caesar. David Sachs said July will be a big month. I smell a rate cut. There's an India trade deal and the start of QE.
The C is silent though.
Yeah, I know. I just suck at speaking.
English. Trust me,
Yeah,
I
no,
feel the
English
same
is
way.
my second and only language. Um,
Is dabs your
but
first?
look, yeah, pretty much. But no, Amp Knight's right. So I think there was a deal with India. I saw that something with China, 30% and 10% on the tariffs, but I also saw the fine print that it's not fully, I don't know, it doesn't fully go through or something to like September to Labor Day. So I guess there's a lot of, paperwork that gets drafted up. But that is a big summer. And I do expect a rate cut. I mean, we're this far into the year, we haven't seen anything. I understand why it didn't happen in June. Inflation had ticked up just a little bit. So there wasn't, but we're getting, third quarter. I think you're gonna have to do a rate cut to get the fall for things to get stimulated in the fall and the economy to really go. Because while you might see the market react on the news, it really takes a couple months, like 2-3 months before it translates down to everyone. So, and then also Amp put in there about quantitative easing. That's also a big factor in this too. So I don't know. I think I agree. I think
But
we're
did you
gonna
see
have.
that? Did you see that news though? The what David Sachs actually said?
What was the quote? Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I have it here. I have two. I have the actual website with the news article, which has got a bunch of ads. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do this one instead. Watch your guru. Just in crypto's czar, David Sachs says July will be a big month. So like that's literally his words. It's not something that
That was hearsay that somebody said about that. That he said.
he
Oh,
actually said it.
I think we need some big bullish news in the summer so that we don't retrace. That keeps Bitcoin over 100K.
Mhm.
And gets ready for that explosive movement. I think that after we get real legislation, which they said they're shooting to have done by September 30th, I actually think that's going to be a bigger for Bitcoin than rate cuts or anything else. I think when you have actual framework and guidelines, so now people who were not buying Bitcoin or putting it on their books for their business or whatever else, or a little bit unsure, they get that clarity that they need, and then they come in. And that's where I see a big wave of the institutions who have money, and then anybody who's retail, which I don't feel there's that many who have money to invest at this point. But some people will get FOMO and come in as well. But I really think there's a huge institutional push that's going to come
And like
right
I
after that.
hate when people just bait others into thinking that the news is something that it's not. So I do have the full quote here because I think people didn't actually see the quote. Bazing actually put it all together. So July will be big month with a bill signing for Genius and Clarity going to the Senate. So this is what he's talking about. There's actually
Yep.
context here, and context is important when it comes to this stuff. So that's what he's talking about. Like it's not just like, you know, quote unquote, I'm going to be buying some bags. I'm going to be, you know, putting out some random meme coin. Like he actually said what he's talking about here, which is Clarity going to the Senate so that they can vote on it and, you know, basically bring it into law. And the Genius Act that actually passed. So we're going to probably see a lot of banks taking a, you know, advantage of that and kind of going in and saying, all right, we can do crypto now. Let's get in it. But that's really what, you know, the quote was all about, not just some random like, hey, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be huge. It wasn't anything like that. It was just like, this is what's going on.
Huge. Blue, your $20 in Bitcoin is going to be at least $40, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, I think within.
I'm looking at
6 to
his
8
$20
months, I think we could
probably going to
double
be
up.
worth about 44
I mean, look at
in
Fate's
October.
saying it. We could toss that at some alts, and it could be worth 2
I was going to say it could be worth $1 million or 0, which is more
or
likely.
Like everyone I know is like going more, becoming more of a Bitcoin maxi. The
Oh, for
problem
sure.
is that Bitcoin's now 100,000 and not 15 to 20,000 when most of us should have been loading up a lot more. I know there's a lot of people who took advantage of it, but you know, you're around the space long enough now and you look into your future and you're like, well, 5-10 years from now, or if you have a family or you have, you know, you get over that I'm going to be rich kind of overnight mentality, which a lot of people come to crypto for. You know, it fuels the meme coin. They fueled the whole meme coin trend,
I'm
right?
still trying, man.
See, and there's still people who are hoping to hit the lick, and that's what the bar tabs are for. But if you take a step back and you're like, look, I need to make proper financial planning here and investing for the future, for my family, for whatever you're planning, uh, your time frame tends to open up a bit more and like tends to extend, and you're looking a little bit more long term. And when you do that, investing into Bitcoin and your bigger alts, I personally feel, not financial advice, is a better, safer play. And when you listen to all the main people who are pushing and supporting Bitcoin, from Arthur Hayes to huge, you know, BlackRock and everyone else, they're calling for the price to be much, much higher. And even if they're way off and it doesn't go to $1 million and they're way off and it goes to 400,000, that's still a clean 4x. And if you're DCAing along the way, you make that money. So that's where my mind is. I'm in the bigger alts and Bitcoin, a little bit more heavier on that now, a little less in the trenches, but I am there and I am throwing the bar tabs around for the, you know, hit a lick kind of thing. But that's kind of keeps things interesting. You know, like that rug video we have from 3 months ago that you still haven't shared, which I'll call you out again on. And then he leaves. GM Ryan, thank you for
So glad
popping
Ryan's
by.
here. Ryan, what are we throwing our bar tab at today?
I think everyone was asking about the I want to say it wrong. Let me find it. Where is it? I think there's a couple bar tabs thrown at Shrek 2, Hulk, Simba, Anus, Hannah Montana in you. I mean, it's at 333. Look, down a little bit for when we first pulled it up, but I mean, if you look at tons of these other meme points and you follow them, they're all rugging out. So there's a community there holding that and expanding, and it's hilarious. But yeah, I think a few bar tabs were thrown that way. But if you have any other ones that we should look at or anyone else should look at, drop it in the comments.
Did you know that there's a quiz on their website?
You can take the quiz.
I can't pull this up.
Because at the very, why is it just too many curse words and like
It's bad.
so you
It's
take the quiz,
bad.
it's really bad. And what's I bet you no matter what you fill in with the quiz, at the end it probably calls you potato, essentially.
what's your question? It's the 8 questions. First question is, what's your ideal Friday night activity? Comma, you blank blank. That's the sort of thing that's on here. You.
Oh shoot,
And like I
man.
can't let me try to say this one. Sniffing used bottom line while crying. There is to mom's basement. Get
Hold up a second,
pillow
Action. Please tell
collection.
me, please tell me that the beeping is only working that we hear it.
No, I
Is it-
hear it. I hear
but the
it.
chat, I think is it being broadcast without
Oh
that?
yeah, it's definitely being broadcasted.
All right. Well, YouTube will enjoy that.
Yeah. Oh
That's too funny.
no.
I'm not too worried. I just have to
Oh.
delete the video. Oh, like, yeah, well. What's going on, Troll King? GM, my man. I was talking about Rico earlier on a space and you guys and XPX and the card and this. I got it in my, it's right in here. If I sharpen the edges here, I could defend myself against robbery of the card. If anyone came after me, this thing is crazy thick metal card. But no, I was telling people they should go out, check out Rico's stream if they had any questions about that. We were talking about in the space this morning because you guys are super helpful and very active in the chat. And there's like a 99% chance that Rico will just answer it on stream and help out. So yeah. Yeah, look, he says like a ninja star. Pretty much I could turn that into a ninja star. I just don't want to cut myself. It's nice with the rounded type of edge or the not so sharp edge. Amp night. Realistically, I see BTC top at 130 to 145, and then next cycle 250, and then 1 million by 2045. That's 20 years from now.
I think it's gonna take way less time than that.
So do I. I think the 145 or 150 this cycle, quote unquote, is probably a very realistic target. And I'm in that same range. I'm hoping for more 200 plus, but I think 150 is safe to say that we'll see that. I just think that when we say next cycle, I don't know if it's, we might use cycle based off of halving still, right? But I don't think it's good. I think things are changing now. And I think the institutional money to Bitcoin, we're not going to see that crazy retrace in a bear market, between quote unquote cycles. Like even if we have a recession or something in 2026, which some people think we will, Bitcoin, if it hits 150 before then, I could see it coming down to, still over 100. I don't think we'll get that down to 60, 50K or any 40K like some people call for. I think the cycle changes it up a bit, that institutional money props it up. And eventually when the economy and things get better, retail starts coming in again and it takes that next leg. So while we will see 10 to 30% pullbacks when you zoom out, I just think that we're not going to see that downward trend for a couple years in a bear. I don't know. What do you think, Action? Do you think we're gonna have less
I think we're still
volatility?
gonna retrace. I mean, I don't think
But
we're
not heavy, like
not gonna retrace. I think it's
90%.
just not gonna be as steep as it's been in the past. I mean, before we literally had no support. It was just a bunch of degens going in and out of this thing, trying to make money off everybody's back. Now it's just a little harder for people to take that money out. So grandma and grandpa, they're like, I want to get into Bitcoin. Like they're not going to pull that money out of their retirement accounts. They're going to go, wait, what? I mean, they look at that money once every 6 months, if that.
Yeah.
So they're going to talk to their financial advisor, and the dude's going to be like, oh yeah, by the way, it's down.
Look,
And they're going to go, wait, what? It's like, yeah, that happened like 9 months ago.
So you got to have
that's the
Puma's
thing.
comment up here like that, because I think having this last halving everyone talked about because of having all-time high and all the quote unquote TAs or day to it. But now that big money is fully in, I think it's just pure adoption at this point is moving it. I don't think
I don't. Okay,
I don't
so
think they have it.
I'm of the mindset that I don't think it's really truly been a having cycle. It just happened to line up really well. It's more of a liquidity cycle than anything else.
Yeah, you've said that. You said that about more of a liquidity cycle.
Yeah, because if you look back, like anytime we've seen these crazy pumps, they're all tied in with the global liquidity markets being really high. A lot of it had to do with when the government started printing money, giving it away for free, and people felt like they were kings. Like I'm gonna go all in this thing, and some people made a lot of money. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it was definitely not organic.
Break down to Blue what your liquidity cycle means a little bit.
So let me see if I can pull a chart on this.
Or maybe there's a chart to see. Uh, yeah, Puma, be safe driving. Appreciate the comments, but
You just get on
be safe.
stream on your phone; it'd be easier, man.
Well, not while you're driving, but yeah, we always have random people pop on. We're trying to send out a link the other day just to get some people who watch and participate on, but we're gonna have you guys on for a proper stream for sure. Action pulling up the chart. This will be good because this gives a different perspective than when people talk about the cycle.
Wait, it's not pulling. Oh, it is
Look at
pulling up. I
those
was like, wait, why
fancy
doesn't it
earbuds
show?
you
And I'm
have
like,
on.
it is showing.
Oh,
This is
did
it
I
right here.
minimize my screen and it's not showing now? I guess so.
Here's a global liquidity index, basically how much money is available, essentially. So markets crash, you get these fun little lines here. This is back on March 2020. And then you print money and then things just skyrocket. And this is the cycle that I've been talking about. So right now we're sitting in 2025. The reason we had the last bull cycle is because of this right here. You see how that
Push up.
spike right there? That's a huge spike. And if we go back 4 years, like we see this huge
You have
thing
it,
here.
but not as you have it. It's just not as sharp. It's drawn out a
delayed.
little
No,
bit.
no, it's delayed. So that's something to pay attention. So once you get the liquidity like taken off, there's a lag between 4 to 9 months. But it lines up perfectly. Like if you lay one chart on top of the other and you literally got to like shift it over a little bit. This is the chart that shows exactly what's going on.
Blue's gonna come on stream, but he said he needs a bag. Just get one of those cool realistic masks that you see on social media, like that look like different people, but they're kind of like a see-through mesh. Those things look pretty amazing. I wanted to actually get one.
Oh, the mesh one, like the Kanye one?
I saw one. There's a
That's
Kanye
the
one.
only
There
one
was
I've
one
ever
from
seen.
Breaking Bad one. There's a bunch of them, but
Okay, the Breaking
they
Bad, I've seen the silicone ones.
no, they got a mesh one too. I've seen that. But Blue gets one of those you could pop on. There's a few people I know that are streaming like in actual masks, like like the old school. I don't know, I call them like the robbers hoodie or masks, but during COVID, I guess you were able to wear them no problem. I don't understand how because they're like wool or knit. It makes no sense. Oh, sorry, the corner of my eye just saw a green candle shoot up and wasn't anything crazy from 1072 to 1077, but I don't know if that means something is, whenever you see like a quick jump in some of these candles, even on the hourly, at least I've been noticing, there's been some sort of news out on Twitter first. We'll see if this pushes up any higher, but maybe we have a little Friday run here. Oh,
Sorry, dude. I'm looking up these silicone masks right now.
That's so funny. We took this completely a different way. I don't think Blue doesn't care about being doxxed or not. Look at the comments. If you're on YouTube, then you're privy to the comments and the fun conversation there. If you're in YouTube, make sure to subscribe, smash that thumbs up, join in on the chat there. So yeah. But usually we have a lot of people like just chilling on X. And it's hard to manage all the different chats. Do kind of a decent job with StreamYard, but really the chat tends to get pretty dope on YouTube when there's a bunch of people in there. Ryan thinks it's going to be a wild weekend. What are you going to feed us a bunch of shit coins this weekend? Keep us on our toes? No, Ryan's the plug. He's in the trenches and he's got his ear to the ground, and he's early on all the different stuff that
Just
pops off on all the
everything.
chains. And you're frozen, Action. You went
Potato.
potato frozen. It looks like you're about to drool outside of your mouth, actually, on there. Up, and now your audio. Well, Action is becoming, there we go. Action's gone. He will reset. But yeah, look at Ryan's King DJ, crazy deep in the trenches. And look, and it's not even just that. Like, even what was it, Bell's coin? I mean, very early to the game with that as well. So there's a lot of good people that are close in the circle here that are hanging out on stream, that we hang out in Telegram and help each other out, which means that you should go to the description, because there is a free public Telegram group that we're all in. And as long as you're not an asshole and you're just cool, we're in there having some fun, hanging out, and having a good time. Let's see. Love the fact that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are allowed crypto as assets in mortgage qualifications. Can't wait for going to buy me a mansion. We didn't really talk about that much. Maybe Action will come back, because he probably, as a homeowner as well, probably has some input. I'm really curious what the details of that are. So, like, if you use it and say it's part of your assets or your income to leverage getting a loan, do you have to give up custody of that crypto or Bitcoin into escrow? So, like, for example, in Texas, you might, and a lot of places deal with escrow, with, like, whether it's holding property taxes or other things. Will that happen in this situation? You're like, hey, look at, let's just make round numbers. I have $1 million in Bitcoin, and I have, I don't know, a couple 100,000 in cash, and I want to put 20% down and get this loan on a $1 million home or something. Are they going to say, well, look at, because your income and because of how much you're putting down, you still need to require to have this much backing you? Let's just say it's half of that Bitcoin. So let's say 5 Bitcoin. Are they going to, do you have to have that in escrow held by a custodian? Who's that custodian going to be? Is that somebody like, Coinbase or something else? And then do they sell it? I have not looked into it. I just saw that tweet on face level. So if anybody has info on that, let me know.
I saw the same thing, Scott. And what I was thinking is that you can, if I were Fannie Mae or anybody that's like qualifying loans, I would have to look at it. Like, let's say your holdings are in Fartcoin. Let's say you have $1 million. I would only accept that a percentage of those holdings, right? So let's say you have $1 million. I would only attribute 200,000. I would say that I can only consider liquidity there being about 20% of what you hold. But if it's Bitcoin, then I'm willing to do, let's say 60%. I would go
even if
up
it's
in
60,
number.
even 60% with that loan value to the Bitcoin. Here's the thing. Are you going to have to take that much, that 60% of that, in Bitcoin value, and give it, like, transfer it?
Like lock it up somehow?
Yeah, lock it up or put it somewhere. Is it, you know what I mean? Because what's not to say you qualify for the loan and then you just, you're degen. Next thing you know, you gambled all your Bitcoin away because you decided to convert it to
What's the
Solana and go in
difference?
the trenches.
What's the difference between that? What's the difference between that and me getting a loan, buying a house, going to the casino, and blowing all of my savings?
Well, no, you bring a valid point, but I think they're using income more weighted than the actual like liquid account in your savings. It has to be in there for so long. I don't know. Good point on that. I don't know. Well, I guess we're gonna find out, right?
Yeah, and I mean,
I haven't had a loan situation where it's like, hey,
and you're just bringing up more variables, which is actually very, very not only valid, but a great way to look at it. Like, how long has that money been there? The blockchain doesn't lie. You can literally say this is when the transfer occurred.
dude, this is crazy. If it's just like verifying your bank account, like, and maybe they look at it on chain and that you've had to hold it for 3 months or 6 months or
That's
something
what I'm
like
saying.
that.
So you can look at when that happened.
Dude, that's, you know what? People are gonna, young people who made some money in crypto are gonna get themselves into a bad situation.
Quick.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, "Oh, awesome! I got a couple million in crypto," and they get a
Wait,
get a
I don't have
loan.
to sell my bags?
Yeah,
Let's
and then
go.
they get a loan. They get like a nice $1 million house and or a car or some other shit, equity loan against whatever, and start going crazy. And then next thing you know, flip it into say some meme coin or do some shit or leverage trade it, and then it's all gone. And then you only have your income to pay that mortgage, right?
Which is
So,
usually non-existent.
but you're right. It's like well, it's the same thing you said. Someone going to the casino and then they blew their whole savings account.
Yeah,
But
I think they're gonna take the degen level into consideration here. So like they're not gonna look at it as hard code cash necessarily, unless it is like a more stable asset. But yeah, I mean, I think you're dead on.
yeah, amp nights. What are the rules? Would just be U.S.
Oh
crypto.
shoot, Borky just reminded me that season 1 is over. I want to see what this thing is looking like.
This is actually a good point. Like, is it what crypto projects will it be? I mean, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna have to tap in and see. The funny thing is that I actually have a real estate license in the state of Texas. I did that just so I could do deals without having to pay a bunch of commission out. Makes it easier. I could see more things on the market and the back end and all that. So, I'm gonna bring it up and speak with the broker that sponsors my license, and see if any information is trickling back that way yet. Um, because he's a young guy, and while he might not hold a bunch of crypto, he's I don't know what the right word. He's keen to it, I guess. I don't know.
You're saying that he's just a young gun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got music stuck in my head. Corey just reminded me about
Pull it up.
uranium. Yeah, this is actually nice. Well, it's not nice. I actually don't hate it, to be honest with you, because there are no results out yet. But there was a game that was going on here, and the season one just
okay. The
ended for
season's
it.
over.
Yeah, so the decision window is opening up in 4 days, which is kind of cool. So you're gonna have two options. Like you can just claim the U308 that you actually earned, or you can actually roll it over to season 2 and get some benefits. Get more refining, double rewards. I'm doing this. I don't think it's. I'm not even sharing my screen. What an idiot!
And now he's off the screen.
I had it at myself because I switched scenes here. No, but this is what I was talking about. So season 1 ended. You got a decision window that opens in 4 days on the 2nd. I'm gonna be on vacation. I should tell you about that. Anyway, so we got two options.
There's no vacation in crypto.
There is vacation. It's a little weird, but there is vacation. So two options. For option 1, roll over those, the XU308 that you earned, or roll it over to season 2. I'm going to roll over to season 2. I don't have enough in there, I don't think, to make it worthwhile, like to cash out. The rewards here are much better. So 20% refining boost, double reward, referral rewards, exclusive veteran missions. That's cool. Priority access, enhanced mining multipliers, and a bunch of different things. So this one definitely makes more sense for me, just because I don't want to cash out now. This is like a long-term hold for me anyway. So the more I can earn, the better. And it's free. This is all free. Like, I don't know if people didn't get on this one. I don't know why you didn't, because instead of playing your stupid little games on your phone, you could have been playing this stupid little game and made money from it. So yeah, it's uranium.action.co. I think I set up that link. I don't know if it's going to work right now because the decision window is happening right now, so you can't really play the game. But as soon as that's open, I'll let y'all know. That's what's going on with that. Anyway, vacation, just so you know, next week I will be on vacation.
Next week, like in a couple days?
Yes, from Sunday to Saturday.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going out to the desert, actually, so that should be fun. That's the like the top hot like vacation for me right now, especially with young kids. I want to be within a 2-hour driving radius of my stuff.
Like Joshua Tree or Desert Springs.
Yeah, Joshua Tree, Indio, Palm Springs, all that area. So I just got a nice house with a big pool and 115 degree weather. What else could you ask for? That's really what it is. So like I'll still join you for streams and all that stuff because I got Wi-Fi and whatnot. But that's what vacation looks like. It's just me
Yes.
walking away for a second and
Change of
chilling.
scenery. Change
Exactly.
of scenery and no, I'm actually from all the traveling enjoying just being here. But soon coming up, I'll, once my property gets contracted and all that other thing, then I'll be in a whole non-vacation mode, but a
Oh,
moving
well, not
mode, and
okay.
then it'll
Good. You're not
seem
gonna
like
be in the hole.
vacation.
You're not gonna be in the hole. That's good.
Yeah.
You kept that sentence going.
Yeah. Um,
But anyway, anybody that doesn't know what 115 is, that's literally what they're calling for next week. It's 46 Celsius. I appreciate it, Ryan. Yeah, it should be a good time. It's gonna be for my kid's birthday and my wife's birthday, so they both have a birthday coming
Bama
up.
in the house.
I love
You
Bama,
know what?
dude. I miss that
Bama, you're
dude.
here, and you weren't when we mentioned this. So hold on. This
You
is on
got
a much
competition, sir.
yeah, it's a much smaller scale meme token that's as I want to say cultish and crazy as you guys are, just on a much smaller level right now. Actually,
It's way
being that
dirtier.
you have
I'm
your screen
sorry.
already shared, could you just change it? Could you just pull up either their Twitter for Bama or
I can't put
website?
the website up, can I?
I don't know. I did already this week.
Bro,
Not the
like
quiz.
no, not the quiz, but like for you to enter the website. Did you
Oh
show
yeah, I
that?
already yeah, that's already come up on the screen. Everyone took that word back, and supposedly YouTube
Is cool with it?
is cool is I don't know, cool with it. That's a little I think
There are multiple words on here though, because when you come
there
in,
are I
yeah,
know.
it's like
So anyways, oh wait, let me take your banner
boop,
off here that you're
boop, boop,
so
boop,
Bama, check
boop,
this out. This
boop,
is a
boop,
crazy token.
boop.
And the name of the token though, where is it? What is this over
It's
here?
right there.
It's easy to remember, as they say. Shrek 2, Hulk, Simba, Anus, Hannah Montana, Inu. Does that rival what you guys got going on? Bammy, you got to check this out when you get a chance. It's pretty wild.
Oh wow, people are posting. I stayed away from the posts. There is some interesting stuff.
Oh, on the yeah. All right, let's bring no, that's not it. There we go. What did you go put? Oh no, okay. I was saying, did you get frozen for a second?
No, I'm just dumbfounded right
Look at
now.
these, the dirty derivative.
That's ridiculous.
But I'll give it a look and see. Yeah, it's it's crypto. It's true to the wild meme culture that's out there, and it's better than 99% of them that just kind of take some still image that might have popped up in the news and then create a token and rug it a little bit later. So we'll see what happens with that. Action's locked in. He's so absorbed. I can see it in the thumbnail with that site and what's going on.
Yeah, this is something, bro. Yeah, this is something.
This is something. That's one way of putting it. We're gonna have to drag you back in here now.
Wow.
Is it that bad? Or, like, you're going down the rabbit hole now.
I am. I shouldn't.
No, refocus here
Okay.
and what's going on, and everyone else could deep dive into these crazy
You
websites
don't.
that we're
I
pulling
don't
up
think
there.
you should. I don't think you should.
Enter at your own risk.
Keep
Not
it at surface
financial
level,
advice.
man. Just
It's
you
not
know,
PG rated.
it's not even that. You know what Lazarus would say, right?
Yeah. No, I know.
You can't. You just can't do it fully.
You can't. Well, I guess if you deep dive that site, that's how you come out on the other end.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they have the word anus on the title.
It's just wild, even the ticker for it. But what else do we have? What else is
Down home crypto.
going
Just
on
say
going into
no.
this? Yeah.
Oh, he runs Freaky Friday. Did you know that?
Yes, tonight the stream.
Yeah. I heard you say
Uh,
Freaky Friday, and I forgot. I want to make sure that we
last week
mentioned.
I had it up and was listening. I just wasn't active in the chat. After sometimes like after a full day and a full week, even though I still work on the weekends, there's still that slight mentality that, oh, it's Friday. And it's like I should relax. But yeah, I'm like, nope,
What
I'll
is
tap
that
in. I'll see
relaxing?
what's going on. I'm not at 110%. I'm at like 102%, which means I'm not just fully active in all the chats, but I'm usually listening and trying to pull up lots of different people's streams and YouTubes, whether it's, J Chains and Rico and lots of different people that have things going out throughout the day. It's
What did you
always good
think
to
of my
support
stream this week?
your stream,
Yeah.
your premiere.
No, my stream.
Which one?
The you didn't see
You
it.
didn't stream. You didn't stream on your channel.
Wow. You see what's going on,
Bullshit.
guys? He
Bullshit.
doesn't
Pull
even
it up.
follow. He doesn't even
Pull it
follow my
up.
channel. Doesn't check my
Pull
streams.
it up.
This is
This
messed
guy is
up.
this is a
Wow.
bullshit thing. I'm getting
Wow.
set up here at the end to get bullshitted. All right. That's it. I'm verifying this crap because Action's just so full of shit. It would
I
have
just
been on
hit it.
someone
It's
else's.
private now. It's private, so you can't even see it.
See, you're full of
It's
shit. You know
private.
what? I probably have manager access to your YouTube anyways.
You probably
find out.
do.
I'll find it. See, this guy bullshit and trying to make it like I don't support the homie. He's the one who's showing up late here. I support the homie unless you randomly do these streams or these AMAs with some projects and don't tell anybody. And then I refresh Twitter and I see a feed that says that you're like speaking or something. And I'm like, the hell's this? And then I open it up and it's like, the one time I open up, it's like 10 different projects. There's a grid of, or 9. There's a grid of 9 people on there. So it's like 8 projects. It's like Hedera, Cardano, like all this stuff. But meanwhile, I had no clue what was going on until I randomly came across seeing it on the side. Yet it was like 8 huge players in there. That was when you called out what's his face to try to get him into to fight from Cardano.
Oh yeah, that was the D-Rec Alliance one. I didn't. Yeah, you're right. I didn't really advertise that one. That was a pretty big one.
I think you might have retweeted when you realized you were already live. Let's see, Amp Night. Fun question. I know you guys have thought about it. Once your bags blow up to Mars, what will you guys buy? I myself am getting loads of land in Texas and Ohio, selling my house in California, and more BTC and XRP. So you know what, Amp Night? I think you got several friends here that are right there with you in the comments and even on the screen because. Which way is it? This way. He's from California, but Blue, not to call out the docs him, he's out there, but he's looking to come to Texas. And a lot of people are looking to come out here with some of that money, maybe not selling off. I think a lot of people now are looking at if Bitcoin's really going to move over the next few years, how could they leverage Bitcoin to be able to have that money to move, AKA borrow against your Bitcoin and not sell it off. So that's something that we're continuously looking at different programs for that, because the problem is everyone's talking about, oh, buy in when there's blood in the streets, get in early, and it's going to go to Valhalla, it's going to go moon and do ridiculous. The thing is when if it gets there and you need to spend it or you want to spend it, how do you take profits? You got to scale out. You should be just like you DCA in, scale out some of this, try to borrow against it. So we'll do a lot more talking about that. But I think, I'm already in Texas. I might go back to the East Coast. We'll see. But if not, I'm going to go further inland. And I know a lot of people coming down here, get some land and, no state income tax, which is nice. And property tax is still lower than most states with state income tax. So, if you're ever in the area or at a conference that we're at, hit us up. And look at, of course, Bama. Come to Alabama if you love racism and cheap land. In that order. Jeez. You know what, Bama? What's that area? Because I know you're from the South and you've come to Houston a bunch. That when you drive and you come from Louisiana right into Texas, there's a town or two there that I think has been voted, or there's some poll of being like the most racist town in the country, which is crazy. I think it's like I doubt anyone in here is on it, but it's like Viter, I think, something like that. I don't know. Let me know if you've heard of it. It's one of those towns or maybe it's, no, I don't think it's Orange, Texas. I think it's Viter. But yeah, man, crazy stories I've seen like on YouTube and over the years from there. I don't know. I'm originally from Jersey and New York, so I don't know about all this weird Southern shit.
Who are they racist towards? Because that does make a difference.
Everybody but white. not just one, but everybody, but like countrywide, I guess. Or
Dude, I would have so much fun with that.
yeah, there's people who film videos there that are not white, but they go there in the daytime, like, or when it's just about to like start getting nighttime, and they'll like go to a gas station and start asking people stuff, and they'll be like, "It's about to get dark. You better like get out of here," type of shit. Like, yeah, it's 2025. Go figure. It's sad, but I'm originally from the Northeast, and you know, I'm not used to all that, hearing about that. Like, we drive through I-10, you know, when I'm driving back into Texas, and I see it. I just like, I can't believe it, you know. But hey, look at, we're all investing in crypto. We're gonna make some money, and then you could move to whatever place that you want. But Bam is asking if I'm from New York City. Well, I'm actually from North Jersey, but I grew up in New York and New Jersey. And now, New York City now, for anyone who's gone in recent years, is much different than how and where I grew up in. It's
I
a
don't
lot
want to go back.
grittier, and I don't know. It's weird now. It's weird.
It's all those immigrants. I know you can say it out loud, Scott. You don't have to
No,
hold your tongue.
it's the cheesy bike lanes that destroyed Manhattan.
Bro, they just added that to my town here in Cali, bro. Like, everybody is pissed.
There's some of these were dumb, where they're like floating, so you could park, then bike lane, then park, and then like, it was just, and then they had their own like cement. Lower Manhattan was just effed, in my opinion. And
It's
driving
more than
down
just
there,
Lower Manhattan,
parking,
unfortunately.
yeah, it's, so I don't know. I don't know how things have settled down, maybe like density wise, because of, you know, post COVID and things like that. But
A lot of people left. I don't think
yeah, a lot of people went
density-wise,
to like PA and things. So I don't know if it's
they just
as
brought in a
crazy,
lot of
but
people.
Huh?
They just brought in a lot of people.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff right now circulating, especially because of the conflict that just happened with protests and things throughout New York, and even with the, you know, the, what was it, the primary for the
Yeah,
mayor
the
right there.
primary.
There's
Yep.
a lot of crazy backlash on that because there's clips going around. But look, you're gonna have these things.
I'm impressed, man.
All
He's got a
cities
really
are
cool
gonna have
accent.
their own issues, right? They're gonna have their own little problems and different issues that you deal with, whether you're in the country or the South or the East or West, or regardless of where you are in the world. The one thing that we all should be striving for is to just be better humans to the people around you, and strive for also that financial freedom. The reason why, you know, you're tapped in here on Twitter and on YouTube, and we're all trying to make those gains, invest properly, and then, you know, be able to use that in the future to control your destiny and your family's destiny and where you want to be. And, you know, that
And if you want to get a discount on your Tony Robbins subscription featuring Dabatola, well, just use coupon code ACTION.
San Francisco used to be a very great spot. Now it's just a mess. Major cleanup. Yeah. And
That's what Adam said too.
I don't even, which stream is it that we talked about San Francisco early
Shipperman's
on?
Wharf.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get him a link so he could hear, or a link to the short, so
Dude,
he
I
could hear
posted a
all
bunch of
about
shorts about that. It was hilarious.
you can hear all about San Francisco and the trouble that's going down there.
Amp, here's the deal. Scott thought that Fisherman's Wharf
No,
was Fisherman's
said
Dwarf,
I said it wrong.
legitimately, and he thought it was
I
all
said it
run by
wrong.
little people.
No, I enhanced my mispronunciation and then created a whole storyline about it. And it was pretty funny. So
I did enjoy it. Here, this is something you talked about that I enjoyed thoroughly, and I just want to make sure y'all don't miss the opportunity of hearing this. How would I even call this? Gem.
this is back when I was with
No,
IFC.
you know, well, I'll just come out and say it. Karate Combat is on Hedera, and a lot of people want to fight you, Charles, on Karate Combat. Is that something you're interested in? I'm
Woods
totally
just
joking. You don't have to
laughing.
answer that. I am
Leave him
just a
too.
joke. They're all so laughing.
No, I think I'm a bit old and fat for these types of. I'm more than happy to be the audience.
There are
that'd be a lot of fun.
other old and fat people looking to fight you. That's what the IFC is for.
It's like this.
I need to clip this. I need to clip this so bad.
So no matter what, the one thing I will say is that no matter what Action's doing, regardless if it's interviewing some of the people from the biggest projects or it's just here on stream or in the trenches, it's about having a good time. And Action always finds a way to have a good time and make those around him comfortable and have a laugh and have that good time as well.
And if you can't do that, my recommendation to all of you, right?
If you can't do that,
if you can't have a good time,
get the hell out.
No, first subscribe to the channel. Like that's the first thing. And secondly, if you're really struggling that bad, just get some try.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Gensio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're back at the Gensio Media House.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today.